You know what? Just sounds like me. Like the battery, right? Like the battery in the flashlight sounds just like me, right? Never, ever ready. I'm never ever ready. Now, the question is, if I'm never ever ready, am I prepared? Am I prepared? I'm going to check to see if my focus is okay. I think my focus is okay. So, and this is so funny because I wrote a story um, to a name, right? And I saw the name, and right away there was so many clicks to the name. It was the name was Smith, and right away I thought of, oh my God, the Matrix. So now I've got the Matrix, I got Smith, and everything that goes along with it. Standardization of how the combinations of our letters go of 19 and 13, 32, or 1 and 3, meaning the bar mitzvah, when you become the man, when you get the cycle, because the word man is M-A-N, capital N for 13, and then the 14th and the A letter. We separate all our vowels. Our vowels tell us stories, what the A says. The A is in 3, which is in 5, and 5 is all in 9. Forget about 1, forget about 3, forget about 5. We're just going to go with 9 right now. We're just going to go with 9. You see, in the game of 2 cubes, in the game of craps, the rules and regulations of what 3 is, it's 1 and 2, and that's craps. So while you're on the come out roll, it's a win or a loss. Or the point is made, the money is taken down. So that's the win or the loss. The point is made. If it shows up during the point, it continues on until you throw a 7, which knocks you out of the game, who is the roller, and the dice move on, the 2 dice that come together that are prepared. They are prepared because there are set rules for every single number. So when everybody says, how do you win? How do you win? How do you win? Either you win by electronic measurement of the movement of the roulette wheel. You count the cards in blackjack. You control the dice. So in the world of creation, the cards are in full control. The dice are in full control. The odds are what the odds are in the dice. Now you will go ahead and play the game of random. I can't believe the 2 people just left. It's very interesting. You come on a Sunday afternoon. So what I do for those who are that obviously showed up or watched the video after, because there's absolutely nobody here at 311. Okay, and I always like to talk to an audience. So the question is, what is the word prepared divided up? In the word P&R, public relations, you can also see the word the ear. Okay, you can also see the word, it is the half-life. It is one side of the ear because of it is the PE family to the AR family. When you get AI come together with R, they're talking about the major hookup of the spirit, A and I. It's not a B and J that comes together, and I think I have that in the description, or I may have not. But in the Lucy part, Lucy 9, Lucy in the sky, the French translation for LUC, okay, you can also say lucky. But when you say Lucy 9, okay, that means the new sky. It means a new connection, because the LUC are all 3, 3, and 3. Just for those who showed up here late, I mentioned this once before at the beginning of the video. I'm going to be going over in one part more or less word analogy, letter relationships. It is what it is. And I don't want to be the one who creates this. I just want to be the one who says, hey, look, there's a scratch on the car. Do you see the scratch? And you go, yeah, I see it. So I'm the one. I just want to say, oh my God, you have 3 hats at home. You brought all 3 hats, and in front of me, you changed your hat. And I go, oh my God, I noticed you changed your hat. Is that real? That's all I want to be able to do is turn away and look at something and say, is that real? Do you see it also? Is it real to me and you? So when I bring out the word Lucy, The y is the division. The y is the division, right, of the two sides. Now, does it really work this way? What is this actually meaning? I don't know. In here, I know it's a prayer. It's a prayer to the two worlds. And over here, my mind is in a jam. Okay, my heart is connected to the two worlds. You can make anything up in that sense. But everything, it does have a relationship, because a lot of things are made with, you know, you see a guy in a blue, you see a guy or a woman standing in the middle of a intersection, holding up the hands, wearing a suit with a little badge on it. Obviously, in your mind, it's a police. What are they doing? They're directing traffic. I don't know the alphabet. Okay, I can't hear. So I give you sign language. The whole world is made up of signs. All signs, 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 signs. Even the geometric shapes we call letters are signs that we translate into words of definition of our understanding. That's what it is. I mean, is that what it is? And I shouldn't say that's what it is. I should say, is that what it is? Being all confident in myself, I can say, hey, that's what it is. It is what it is. And that brings me to another piece of what is, of what is. Why is it is? Is it the IT system of the duality of the spirit soul, in which what comes into the effect now that I was talking about Lucy is the L is the 12th letter, 1 and 2 is 3. The third letter is the C, and the 21st letter, okay, which is the U letter. So they're all 3, 3, 3. The pig's pregnancy, 3, 3, 3. 3 to the power of 3 is 27. 2 and 7 is 9. 3 to the power of 2 is 9. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 6 is 15, plus 3 is 18. 18 and 27 is 45, and that is an average of 5 per 9 numbers on your telephone. Adding 1 to 9 equals to 45, and there is a whole story, because 4 and 5 is created from that or that. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals to 5 equals to 4, in which or either order it does not make a difference, and this is going to reflect to the 7th gate. Just numbers reflecting to the 7th gate. We have to build the game from the game we have, from the pieces and parts. We probably don't know how the game goes until we collect all the pieces and parts. Once I collect all the pieces and parts, I go, oh my God, it looks like what they did. Well, what did they do? And I look at what they did, and I read it, and underneath the pieces and parts, it says dinosaur. A sister. Yeah, a sister, meaning two. Because when I go to the US of A on Highway 80 and I drive through the sisters, right? I drive through the sisters. So I have to understand now this part of the word. And this letter, okay, can also be translated with this letter over here. They have a relationship in sounds. Because the last time you went to send, you went under the ladder to send the letter. So you had the ladder and the letter, and they were both together. The ladder and the letter, and the ladder and the letter, ladder and the letter. So you really don't know which word it is, because it's too darn fast. And that's ladder this way. And all I changed is 44 to 22. 2 times 2, 4. 2 plus 2, 4. Mathematically, they come together themselves. So we're going to get down over here, and we're going to go Lucy. This is the 25th letter. This will create the letter Q. This mathematic, 2 times 5, 2 plus 5 equals to 7 equals to 10. The total is 17Q. And on your ATM machine, you will find the Q over here next to the Z. And if you want to turn it into something, you're just going to do this and go 88. 88. One heart over another heart. 88. 808. Joined together. Nothing in between. Now all we're looking for is number 1. Number 1 comes in. Is it going to divide us? Or is it going to bring us together? Joined at the heart. So this mathematics, we've got to this. Then this will be this, and that will be that. And then this will be 30 and 11, and this will be 30 minus, whoop, wow, that's no good. I got two words in one. And this will be 30 minus 11. This will equal to 41, back to the beginning here, and this will equal to 19. S and N in letters, this is how it comes out. This is the number for day. I usually say creation of day. So this one brings us back to the beginning, and this one will be repetitive in itself. Now, I was working off another number. You see, the number that creates this is 13. 13 creates this over here. 1 and 4 will create the 9. 1 and 4, 1 times 4 equals 2. Well, it's a little backwards, but it doesn't matter. Equals to the 9. Where was this number 13 going to come out? I have to explain, since this one brought me back to it, it also brings me back to 19. 19 is the letter S, and reverse, it is the letter H. Two letters combination together. I'm trying to remember what I was getting at over here. I seem to have lost my trend of thought. Trend of thought. Trending, things that trend. So anyways, this over here becomes the 333, okay? And that is the pig's pregnancy. And I always like to say that when they're pregnant, they can have 18 up to 21, if they're really lucky, piglets. Sometimes more piglets than they can actually feed. And this is 17 plus 1, and this is ace, and either jack, queen, king, or 10. The 10th, the 17th, the 11th, and the 10th. Sorry, the 11th. Wow. The 10th, the 17th, and 11th. There are two valued 10s. The J is the 10th letter in the alphabet. It is the 11th card. They call it blackjack. It's 21 in itself in the two worlds. In this world over here, it's the 12th card. It becomes the birth. In this one over here, the K, okay, is the 13th card, but is the 11th in the alphabet. It is 24. It is the day. This combination over here of king, queen is what brings the piano keys together. When the combination of the two worlds add up as the 13th card and the 11th letter, or the 17th letter and the 12th card, equal to the center harmonic of the piano right over here. What does that mean? I do not know. And it becomes 2 and 6, and it becomes God, dog, queen, game. Looking at this, yes, here is the creation of RU. This is, if there, I think there's an RU blood type or an RH blood type. There's reasons for it. They come from some equation somewhere. Another thing that I wanted to say, this is 17 and 21. I'm just thinking of something. 17 and 21. 17 and 21. I had an equation over here. And I'm just trying to look at it to see what I wrote down. 17 and 1, 21. Oh, yes. Okay, yes. For the words BJ. Wow. What if we had a blank over here and we went JACK? JAC to Bellac. JAC to Bellac. JAC to Bellac. JAC to Bellac. And what's funny about this is it's 2 and it's 10. It's a stripe and a solid and pull. 2 plus 10 equals 12. And blackjack is 21. So now we have 1221. If the 10, all zeros equal to 6, this alone would equal to 18, resident angel of the blue world. Anyways, I'm really looking for something else. There was something else I wanted to speak about. And I didn't do this in the last video. I may have. I'm just going to go over this really quick. Usage of combinations of our letters. The letter was sent. The person was absent. The situation was normal. The situation was abnormal. The sound was an aboriginal, abor, or abortion. Abort, abortment. Questions? Yeah, we're going to end the video right now. There's a lot to do. I'm a little tired. I'm not in order. Not happy when I'm not in order. I think when I make the video for too long of a time period, I seem to fuddle in my ways. I don't know why. There's so many numeric combinations and values and realities because of situations. Like number 234, the vibration, it's not 234 for nothing. There's a reason why it's 234, because this, let's say it's this one and this one, they have to connect in order to do anything at all. Then you need one in between. You need one in between to make that connection. That's your 3. Your connection in between makes the next connection. You're building. We're always building. There's something to build. And the movement of information from one world to the other. Remember, this is arts, entertainment, movie, theater. Nothing that I speak about is real other than what you believe. The realities of the matching of the numbers and the relationship of the numbers. I do the best of my abilities not to make any mistakes, because the reality and references are already online in Gematria Calculator, in the English, in the Simple Gematria, and Chaldean, and all the numerics they have out there, and from all the nations, the astrology that's out there, the geometric shapes that are out there, and angles are being done by everybody. I just put them together, and I can make a mistake. Ask me what you need to know, what you believe you want to know, what you think I might be able to aid you with or work with you to find out something about the situation at your demand, right? Words, I mean, words are very funny, and so are numbers, because really and truthfully, it's always 1 between 2. Now, when you're working 1 between 2, especially when it's a point, like on a pyramid, when it's a point in a pyramid, in order to go down levels, it's always 1 between 2. And I can show you, okay, how does 1 between 2 work? We're going to turn this page on an angle. Look at that angle. What is that angle? What is that angle? I don't know. Well, we're going to work on 1 between 2, but we're going to do it this way because I don't want to work on the angle. I just want to do it that way. So we'll make the angles myself. When I put 1 here, my next one will go here, and I will put 1 over here. This is 1 between 2, but you need 1 and 1 between the 2. But they're all touching still. They're all touching. I don't want anything touching to the other side. Okay, so this one is still touching to this side, which is still touching to this one, and this one is still touching to this one. So they're all still touching each other. This one is touching all of them. This one is touching all of them. Either it's touching here or it's touching here. If it's touching here, okay, this dot, the dot between 4 or the separation between 2. Here is the separation block between 2. Here is the dot, right? Dots and blocks, or dots and lines to connect the 2. This dot over here is going to say 8 to 1. This one over here connection is going to say 17 to 1. This is where roulette wheel comes into the enactment. I'm using the roulette laws. Separation by 4, 8 to 1. separation by 2, 17 to 1. Stand on 17, stand on the separation between 2 with your leg on each side. So this is this situation here. But the next one that comes out over here or over here, okay, will not be touching the center one, and it will, all these are the intermediates. I want to call all these, okay, this complete 8, okay, this complete 8 over here looks like a 0 with a 1 dot in between. So this complete 8 that's in between is valued at 25 green. And this one in the center over here, I know I scratched it out. The one in the center should be over here, is going to be noted as 50 red. And now I took the dartboard into consideration. Remember, you go and you want to diagnose a situation. So you have to put realities into that situation. That's the reality. Reality is in the center of the dartboard. There's a red. I know the red can be the period. Apparently, you got to be at least bat mitzvah, right? It's red. They say it's 28 days. So it's the man cycle, in which it's 13 and 14. And in gematria, 13 and 14 is more or less a straight line. That's the way I want to look at it. I could be wrong, okay, because I call gematria, let's say this will be 6, 5, 4, and then when it gets down to 1, let me just do 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, and then when you get to the M, it's 1. When you get to 14, it's also 1. So do I just move over here, or do I continue down here, 1 and 1 connected together? And then it starts to climb, 2, 3, 4. It's a, do I continue? Because I'm not allowed to move over. It's a 1. I've moved nothing. I have to create a straight line, either like this or like this, one of the two. I have to do it because they're 1 and 1. No movement of area. So, yeah, so we did this. We got the 50. So this is the total of 75. The minute you get 75, 2 things happen. 3 things happen. The automatic 2020. Okay, 2020, boom, here it comes, because 75 is DC 2020. It is also the moon, 57. It is 1/3, okay, times 3 times 19 equals 57. It is part of the 19 family, which is created by the man cycle of the spirit, 13. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is 3 and 4. 3/4 is the representation of 75%. 75% is part creation of Mars, and the reason for that is because area 51. I put 1 between the area of 5, and my result of that is 9 and 6. And the percentage of what creates the 8 heaven connecting line. So now I have 1, 5, 6, 9, 8. The reverse into the direct reverse in this, okay, according to the cube, is 5 and 9 come together, and 6 and 8 come together. So we take this and we have to see if the truth is there. So, no, 1 and 3 is not here, because 1 and 3 is the creation. Therefore, 1 and 3 are not here. You might see the 1 at the beginning, but it's not a combination of anything. It is the reverse of the 6. The reverse of the 6, which the 6 in 2 cubes is the reverse of the 8, in which the 8 is the void of the 1. So here's the 1. There are 9 areas here. Because you don't see them, they are called the 8 void. When I turn over 6 and 3, I get 9. If I flip that 9 over, I will get 5. If I have 3 and 5 as 8, and I flip them over, I will have 2 and 4 as 6. This is not magic, my friends. This is called creation, recreation, because they gave us the games to show us how it actually happened. But all we see is numbers and we play the game. But what about the definition? Where is reference to and how created? This is only how the game is played, the rules and regulations. But how did they create the game? From where did the idea extend from? Thank you very much, hitting the like button. So now we have 3/4, we have DC, and what happens with that? And I know many of you that are here are going to come here, you've seen this before. Okay, Pegasus, 34, C3, O12, L15. I made a mistake. D4. The total here is 3, 5, 10, 14. 1, 2, 3, 34. Hot. 8, 15, and 20. 43. What are the colors? Blue, 40. Red hot, 27. 67 and 13. 6 and 7 is 13. 44. 44 is another 8. We get the 44 for the other 8 because of the mass that comes in the spirit of 76. And we get 33 mass. Jesus comes to town and the pigs are entering. We now have division. 6 and 8, 9 and 5. Here is 5 and the reverse is 6 and 3. So this is the percentage, and they're showing you the results right over here. How come they're not showing me 10? Well, actually, you can look at that as 10 if you want. 5 and 5 will equal 10, 6 and 4. So what numbers are we actually missing here? 2, 3, 4, and 7. Those are the numbers, the vibration and the gateway. Now, I was going to mention before what these do. Well, with 2, okay, with number 2, okay, we have number 2 inside of 3, and we have 2 with 2s in number 4. Well, what about 7? Well, 4 and 3 equals to that 7. Well, what about 8? 2 times 4 is 8. I'm just creating natural worlds. Well, what about 9? Well, we add these all up, we got 9. I don't need 10 because 1 is inside 3 and everything is complete. The opposite of 2 is 8. The opposite of 3 is 7. The opposite of 4 is 6. The opposite of 7 is 3. Here is your 2, 3, 4. 2 4s go into 8. 2 2s go into 4. 1 2 goes into 1 1 goes into 3, and 1 2 goes into 3. Here is number 2. Number 3, we just fill in this one over here. With number 4, we just mirror the 2 with number 4. And number 3, and we automatically have 2, 3, 4. What else do we need? We do not need anything else. 2, 3, and 4 is everything. 5 is what splits everything apart. 5 times any number will be half that number. If it was 7, it'd be 3.5. 2 doubles everything back up. 3 divides the numbers. What was once a division over here has now been split up because of 3. Not sure if I explained that properly. It didn't come out this time as it did the last time. Wow, I do not like the way I did that, but let's stay away from this for now. Let's go back to blue and red. So now that I have blue and red, I got hot and cold. The outstanding thing is when you come to color, blue and red create purple. Purple is number 88. 88 is what divides 66. 8 times 8, 64. 8 plus 8, 16. We're now on I-80. Root 66, okay, was replaced with I-80, which is 4 times 20, 20, 20. 4 times 20, 20, 20 created an I-80. Here's the math. You minus it, it becomes 48, and that would be the son of Pluto and area space, because this number will now create this number. Purple equals 88. Now I'm trying to remember what else. The constellation, the square constellation of Pegasus, also gets this this marking. It is where 70 to 86 is. Route 66 and the crown. This is what the crown is, right? And it's the crown of creation, the moon over here. 75% is 3/4 DC. 77 times 75 equals 5775. This is where the roulette wheel, okay, and the orphan children roulette. And I go over here into the roulette wheel, and let me see if I got that right. Well, yeah, here, I'm going to see if I can show you this. But see, it says orphelan. I always look at this. I don't care what they mean, but to me, this says orphans. Orphans, Morpheus. It's all the same relationship. It says the gold of Phi. Okay, but to me, that's what it is. So when I found this out, I started to read. 17 and 34 is 51, and 6 is 57. 1 and 21, 1 and 20 is 21, and 14 is 35, and 31 is 66. The birth, 9 of 66, of 1776. So what better way to put it? And all these numbers, okay, the opposite numbers and connecting numbers all tell stories. The 26 and the 32, 58, the 15 and the 3, the 35 and the 39 is now the sun, the 12 and the 16 is the half-life. But there's more than that. And everything is a minimum of 12. And the reason you have to have a minimum of 12 is because before you create, you must create from here. When you add up 1 to 9 and 10, or actually you're counting down from 100, you're counting down from the creation. 100, your first number would be 99, Jupiter. 98, the high birth. 97, the gateway to birth. 96, rotation. 95 are the reverses or mirrors of each other. 94 is Uranus. 93 is Saturn. 92 is birth. 91 is spirit. 90, when you count from 2 to 13, add them up, it equals to 90. 89 is like 98. 88 is Pegasus. It is purple. It is the square heavens. 87 is the gateway, made up of standing on 17. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7. 77 is 86 is the mirror of each other, created by the cat. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, or the numeric value of the word 5 and 9, equaling to 86. Is that where I got to? 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. 85 is silver spirit matrix. 84 is the son of Pluto, of the half-life, of the division of day and night, because of 8 times 4, 8 plus 4 is 32 and 12, equaling to the 44. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 is 16 and 8. 16 and 8 is which 1 and 6 is 7. You now have 7 and 8, or 87, the reverse of what is how it is created by number 17. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, which 17 is created by 5 times 2. 5 plus 2 equals 10 and 7. Also created in 9 plus 8, or 3 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 3, adding them up, 8 and 9, 17. Stand on 17 in blackjack. Down to number 83. I like to call 38 the club, the gold. I also want to say it turns into electric company and beta creation of the orphan child. 82 is man's cycle, 8228, which is also the 82 is 51. Yes, it is also part of the Mars reflection. And as part of the Mars reflection, because 8 minus 1, okay, which will be the right over here, right, the 8 void minus 1 is 7, and 2 plus 5 equals to the 7, and that would be Earth's heart. And now it's relating to Mars. So an 81 is Venus, and the creation of Venus is through 99, the first number of Jupiter, because 9 times 9, 9 plus 9 is 18, and 81 equaling to 99 Jupiter. And now we're going to go to number 80, and that is the roadway. And we created that 80 by the 88s. 8 times 8 plus 8 equals to 88. And we all know what 88 does, because you take 2 dice and you got not 1 and 7 on the 2 dice, because 1 dice is 1 and 7. You have 2 and 6, 3 and 5, 4 and 4, reverses 3 and 3, reverses 2 and 4, reverses 1 and 5 Mars, 1 and 5 Mars. Also, 666 is part of Fox. You want to go to 79, we did it already in 97. 78, we did it in 87. 77, we come to the Christ. The spirit of 76 is now the half-life created by 1 times 6. 1 plus 6 equals to 76. 75 is the connection to DC and 3/4 of the moon, which is also connected to Union Jack, Great Britain, when a big red sun. 75, 74, Jesus of time. 73 always confuses me. It's just creation of the gateway alphabetic creation, through which man reflection. I like to also look at that as the pigs, because it takes 13, 31, 13, 31, 13 equals 57. 31, 13, 31 equals to 75. Then we have 69, and we showed you where 69, it is part of 9 times 6, 54, the sun, 9 plus 6, 15 out of Mars, and it is part of the rotation of the money cycle of Mars, which is number 72. Then what number are we at? 66 is the corona, and it's division of the gateways of ABC, because 1 times 2 times 3 is 6, 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. 65 is created by Mars 15, 1 times 5, 1 plus 5, 2 times 3, 2 plus 3, and also creating 23 is number 35, is number 55, is number 27. Their mathematics will end up creating 23. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 is 6 and 5, 11. And yo 11 in the gateway in the game of craps, and you have to look at the game rules. 65, 64. 64 will turn into DC, and I don't remember how 64 is created other than splitting 32 and a half to become 64. 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 will create a Roman numeral and a letter in the alphabet, the 24th letter, X, the reverse is C, or the Roman numeral X, which is valued at 10. How can we reverse a Roman numeral, saying that the third level of Roman numerals is 1, 5, and 10, descending down in Roman numerals 1,500? So we would put the CX together, going 1, 10, as they are the reverse of each other. 10, 10, 10. 3 10s. They will create 1,000 in their own. It's either the 10, 10 to this side or the 10, 10 to that side. No matter what you do, you must always carry the core. 65, 64, 63, 36 is 27 and 9, 27 and 9. I don't remember that one. And anyways, there's just a whole lot of numbers. But between 1 and 20, nothing really begins actually until 21. Because after you finish the first 10, 10 in numbers, actually part of 20 also, because the 20 group is multiplied in French. It said 4 times 20 to get to 80. So the 20 group, right, is used inside the numbers of 80 through 99. That's where the 20 group is multiplied 4 times. 4 times the 20. Is it 4 times the number 20 or 4 times the 20 group, equaling to 80? When you get into the 90s, you're using the group of 11 through 19. When you're in the 80s, you're using the group of 1 through 9 in the 20 group. So there's a whole lot of stuff for me that is going on that is has a value in its creation, because the truth is the truth. That's what it is. 30, we already know how numbers are put together. So what else do we have to know but just know our A and B? It's all just A and B, one between two. 10s and 20s, and you have 30, and you have 30 is 20 and 10. You got 40, it's 20 and 20, and you got 50. Now what do you do with 50? Well, you already did 40. It's 40 and 10, or 30 and 20. So now you have two sets. And 60 is now, you can't have 30 and 30 because you haven't reflected anything yet. So for 60, you can have 40 and 20 or 50 and 10. And for 70, how do you get 70? Well, you just did 50. Now you're going to go 50 and 20, 40 and 30. So you're going to leave out 1 and 6 now. Once you get to 70, you're leaving out 1 and 6. And the French bring it back at you. When you get to 70, how do you say 70? Right? You're going to use 50 and 20. Or 60 and 10. But you're going to use 50 and 20, 40 and 30. The extremity is 60 and 10, and it's the extremity that is mentioned in French as 70. They're using the extremities of it. Do you follow what I'm saying? There's a reason for it. And when you come to the 80s, right, they're saying 4 times 20. So they're leaving out everything else. They're leaving out 10, they're leaving out 30, they're leaving out 50, they're leaving out 60, they're leaving out the 70, they're going right to 40 times 20. So now if we add up everything else, 1 through 7 is 28. Take away 2, that it becomes 26. Do you follow what I'm saying? It becomes 260. And I've seen that number before in a grid. There's a grid of 260 numbers somewhere. 260 and 104. Communication is 104. And then 1.25 maybe to put the disk in. I don't know. That's the extra time in the year. And that's what happens when we get to 80. And something special about 80 is the way we say the numbers. 81, 82, 83, 84. When we say, let's say 81 in French, we go 81. But in French, it's 81. When we say 21, it's 21, 22, 23. So we don't, sometimes in French, we go un, and. We use the word et to end up another letter. 22, 23, 24. 21, 21. We can't say 21. We have to say 21, 31. But when we go to 32, we can just say 32. But when we say the 1, we have to put in the letters et, meaning and DNA. In French, it's et. It is the key, the 20 in the 5th letter. 25 is the letter Y. So when you put TY on a word, representing Earth's heart. So that's what happens when we get to 80. 51, 61. We don't say 61. And when you say 71, we don't say 71. Now we're using the relationship to the world between 11 and 19. So now we're going to go into the 90s. Okay. And when we go into the 90s, we throw everything out. But in the 90s, we include 20 and 10. And we leave out 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 added is 28. Take away A and B. So that would be 25. So that would say Earth 25 and or 250 and 90. 340 DC is now pronounced when 90 comes about. I'm not sure if you understood that. But anyways, I'm going to keep this video. It's going to end right now. I'm happy with the final outcome of it. A fly just went on by. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And Lucy in the sky is the connection of the pigs. The pigs plugging in. The pigs plugging in. The cow hooking up the four-way. The goat hooking up the 2-way. And I want to thank you for being here, all of you, and Robin. Thank you for watching this video. Stream.